Today we're going to be taking a look at Thermaltake's Chaser MKI gaming case. Now, we first saw this at CeBIT going back a couple of months ago, but we finally got it in for a review today. And as you can see from behind me here, it sports a very aggressive look. It's certainly a gamer case, and this is going to divide a lot of people because there's always two camps of people. There's those that love the aggressive, rugged look of the gamer case, and there's those that love the discreet, subtle styling of an elegant case. But what does come with this case is its unique features that separate it from a lot of cases on the market at the moment, and this is a lot of its strong points. So just to list a few, inside you can tell that it's a big case anyway, but inside we can house big CPU coolers, long graphics cards, water cooling kit, no problem, fit your radiators in here at the top, and also feed the tubing through because there's water cooling loopholes. At the top we've got hot swappable 3.5 inch, 2.5 inch docking stations, so you can get quick access to your drives if you need to. You don't need to connect it inside, with SATA cables, power cables and things like that. It's really handy. USB 3 at the front. We've got quite a lot of ports up at the front, which I will show you later on, and it has USB 3 header, so it connects to the motherboard. It doesn't use the USB cables which trail along. We've seen it on a lot of cases. Trails along to the back of the case, goes into the input-output on the USB 3 port, and it takes up those necessary ports that you might want to use at some other stage. So it's got a lot of features, this case. I've only listed a few. There's a lot more to it. So I hope you enjoy this video. It's just going to be a complementary to the already written review that we've got on vortex.net. So hopefully this will offer a different perspective. Okay, so starting things off, we'll take a look at the exterior. Now on the introduction video you may well have noticed that there were 4 feet on the Chaser MKI, and these can be rotated in any direction like this, and they just click into place. They're actually very sturdy, these, and you can even tuck them in if you want them free from sticking out and keep them tucked in. But the great thing about the feet is the ability to have the case elevated. Now, a lot of people do have the case situated on the floor, and the tendency there is that it can attract dust and dirt. But with that little bit of clearance, a little bit of elevation, it can just help to minimise that risk. Then looking at the front of the case, we've got the front perforated mesh, which provides an intake for the 200mm fan at the front. Moving up, you can see that this is very aggressive styled, perfect for the gamer really. It's very much tailored towards that market. And you've got 4 5.25 bays here, and the bay covers actually can be removed from outside the case. You can see there, all you need to do is pinch these inwards and they're removed very easy. So no longer do you have to get inside the case to get these off. You can literally just take these off from outside of the case. At the top of the case, where we've got the front panel connectivity, we have a series of buttons that run through the left side, and the first of those is fan LED. Now this controls the LED configuration on the front and top mounted fans, so we can switch between different colours on that. And above that we've got low and high speed. Again, this controls the front mounted fan and the top mounted fan, so we can control the speed at which the fans actually rotate. Low is 600 RPM, high is 800 RPM. We've got a reset button there as well, and headphone and microphone jacks. And then in the centre there we've got the power button, and we've got an LED which actually surrounds this power button here, and that pulsates. And on the other side, on the right hand side, we've got 2 USB 3 ports, eSATA, and we've got 2 USB 2 ports. And then in the centre we've got the docking station here, which will take 2.5 inch drives or 3.5 inch drives. Very handy thing to have. And I'll just demonstrate to you how this works. It's not rocket science. You just literally slide the drive in and it plugs in like that. So this gives you connectivity to your data really quickly without the hassle of having to connect cables inside your case and find somewhere to mount it. Literally just plugs in like that and you've got access to your data. A little further back from this, we've got the mesh cover here, which is really nice, different shapes, contours. We can actually remove this completely. Just show you, this literally unclips like that, and then we can reveal the 200mm fan that's mounted at the top. We can also mount another 200mm fan, but in both these spots we can actually mount two 140mm or two 120mm, so there's different options that are available to you. Both of the side panels on the Chaser MK1 are actually very sturdy. The prominent side panel features a perspex window. This allows us to check our hardware from outside the case, and then beneath that we've got a perforated mesh panel here which allows us to mount a 200mm fan that has a fan filter attached to it. And then towards the front of the case we've got a headphone holder. So this allows us to mount our headphones. It drops down, provides a little hanger. Just helps to keep the desk space a bit clearer. Okay, so I'll take the side panel off now, give you an idea for the overall space inside the Chaser MK1. Give you an idea for clearance too. I've actually already installed a kit inside here. This should give you an idea for what you can get away with. I've got the Noctua NH-U12P CPU cooler. That's 158mm in height. I've got for the graphics card solution, I've got the Asus 6950 Direct CU2. That's over 11 inches. So the maximum, I think the longest graphics card on the market at the moment is the 6990, and that is 12 inches. Should fit in here no problem at all. Hard drive cage isn't actually removable, but it doesn't need to be because there is enough clearance for the maximum length of graphics cards on the market at the moment. Good overall clearance around the motherboard. We've got lots of cable management holes in and around, but we'll go in for a closer look anyway now. To start things off, we'll look at the hard drive storage. So we've got 6 options here, and what you need to do is just push the latch across on each of the cages, and this slides out. Very nice fit. Obviously I've got a 3.5 inch already installed inside here, and to get that in all you need to do is, there's 2 on either side, 2 sets of pins, and this just slides into the mounting holes on your hard drive and secures it in place. And this is actually a very snug fit, and behind here we've got anti-vibration padding, so it keeps the drive nice and steady and prevents it from getting scratched and things like that. So very good option. I like what Thermaltake have done on this section here. Very sturdy, good build quality. For mounting optical drives, we've got a toolless mechanism here, and as you slide the drive in, it will pinch and put the pins inside the mounting holes, and then all you need to do to release it is press this in. So it's a very easy system there. As I've already mentioned, in terms of the clearance, we've got no problems at all. We've got here an Asus 6950 Direct CU2, and this is over 11 inches in length. You can see there no problems with clearance. So this Chaser MK1 will take high-end graphics cards, and as well as that we've got great CPU cooler clearance too. You can see there lots of space, and this is the Noctua NH-U12P, which is 158mm in height. So this will take the Thermaltake Archon, which is 170mm, and we've got up to 180mm of clearance. So anything on the market at the moment this will take, it's not a problem at all. Those that have already seen, cable management is very good. You can see there that routing cables through is not a problem. There's lots of cutouts for feeding your cables through, keeping it as tidy as possible. Lots of space, even the P4 connector there for eATX. You can feed that behind the case, behind the motherboard tray. So really good. It's important to keep cable management as clean as possible so that the airflow is not disrupted. For cooling we've got plenty of options. We've got the 140mm rear exhaust fan, we've got a 200mm fan at the top, and then behind the hard drive cage there we've got another 200mm fan. And actually, in our full review on vortex.net, this Chaser MK1 did really well in the thermal tests. If you want to just pop over there, I'll leave the link in the description on this video. So in terms of thermal performance, Chaser MK1 is actually a very good case for cooling. Lots of options there, and there's even more options up top if you wanted to mount any more fans. 200mm, 140mm, 120mm, you know, there's lots of options inside here. Okay guys, just as a final clip, I thought I would power the system up and get the mic as close to the case fans as possible, just to give you a rough idea for how loud the case fans inside the Chaser MK1 actually are. Now this isn't any type of professional test, it's actually quite amateur, but it should give you a flavour for how disruptive the case fans actually are. So I'll power up. I'll set the case fans to high speed, so that's 800 RPM on the fan control at the top. And the first fan that we'll take a look at is the 200mm front mounted fan. This is running at 800 RPM. Okay, and then the top mounted fan, exactly the same specification. This is 200mm and this is running at 800 RPM. And finally the 140mm rear exhaust fan. Okay, so hopefully that's given you a rough idea, rough estimate as to how loud the case fans are, and actually if you've listened, they aren't very disruptive at all, to be honest. And we've even got fan control up here, so if it is a little bit disruptive, we can knock it down to the low setting, and that will be 600 RPM for the front and the top mounted fans. So what's my verdict on this? What's my opinion? Well, you'll have to go over to vortex.net to find that out, but I'll just say as a quick summary, I really like this case. It might not be to everyone's taste in terms of the way it looks, but inside you've got some really unique features, some really nice hard drive storage here. You can take high-end graphics cards, big CPU coolers, and it's even got the I didn't show on this video, but the USB 3 is via the header on the motherboard, so you don't have trailing USB leads. So really nice case. Go over to vortex.net for the full review. I'll pop the link in the description on this video. So thanks very much for watching, guys. Please comment, rate and subscribe, and we've got some more videos coming soon.